What's good, YouTube? This is Buzo Builds, and I have a hat today. I have a hat on today because my hair looks bad. I just woke up and I'm also stinky and stuff. But in this series, we're gonna make a simple tic tac toe game, and that's gonna be fun. This episode in particular, I'm going to kind of draft out the architecture of the tic tac toe game, so I can have a sense of the big objects that are going to be involved in the program we're going to code up and how they interact with each other. I generally like to do architecture before I start projects because it kind of helps me have a better idea of where and how all the code is going to fit together. And this kind of saves me a headache later on where I could potentially have some code that just ends up being incompatible with each other. So with that said, let's get into the architecture. Okay, so we're using MS Paint for the architecture because we're cool like that. But anyways, the tic tac toe game is simply just gonna be a window, right? Like your standard window, and you're gonna have this grid, and then you're gonna have some text over here that says whether it's player one's or player two's turn. That's really what I want to go with, and then whoever is playing the game, they can use the mouse and click on whatever grid cell they want and put in their, what do you call it, their marker, their player or something. So that's basically it. That's the consumer facing side of the game. Okay, so in terms of the actual, classes and objects that go into the program, first, we're gonna have this main class that extends from JFrame. So JFrame extended class. I'm sorry for my handwriting. I'm sorry you guys have to see this. But for you guys who don't know what a JFrame is, it's basically a class in Java that represents a window for the OS you're using. So if you were to instantiate a JFrame and you set some properties, you can actually bring up a window, like any window that applications use. So that's what we're going to use for our game. That's where in terms of code, that's where the main loop is going to be placed, the main game loop. And also when you're actually running the game, it's literally this window over here. So when you're actually running the game, all the graphics and stuff is going to be on that window. So another class that we're going to have is called a JDisplay. Well, no, JPanel, my bad. Okay, JPanel is basically some type of content pane that holds either graphics or GUI components and such. And by convention, you're supposed to use another content container inside the JFrame itself. You're not supposed to use the JFrame as the whole content container. It'll make more sense later on when I actually start programming the stuff. But for now, just know that we need a smaller container that's contained by the JFrame. So just to follow convention, I'm also gonna have a JPanel class. Well, JPanel class, reference, I guess I should say. Reference that, refers to a instantiation of it. And the main functionality of this JPanel here is going to be to show the actual graphics of the tic tac toe game. So it's going to be responsible for drawing all of this and also displaying this text over here. Okay, so in order to represent the actual, what would this thing be called? Table? Whatever this is. Tic-tac-toe table, hash map, hash, whatever, number sign. In order to represent that, we're going to use a 3x3 2D array because that just kind of makes sense. So, you got your 2D array over here. And, yeah. So it's going to be there, and basically the JPanel is always going to refer to this in order to actually draw this graphic. And the last, major component that matters is the actual main game loop for the program. So basically, how I envision the game loop is that first, either player 1 or player 2 takes their turn, depending on what this says. Takes turn. After they take the turn, we're gonna check who won, because of course, after some change in state, it's possible that somebody won. So check. Alright guys, I'm so sorry for my handwriting. Anyway, we check who wins, and then after that we update the graphic. And when I say update the graphic, basically just update the visuals here. So either place the marker, like if someone put X here, then we update that, and if somebody won, we say, oh, they won, or they're a sore loser. So update graphic, graph, and then if nobody won yet, then we just start the loop over again. Player 1, player 2 takes a turn, check who wins, update graphic, and yada yada yada. So that's this looks like a mess, but that's basically the main architecture for the game. I hope you guys found that useful. Anyways, next episode we're gonna actually start putting our foot into the programming like real coders do, you know. So yeah, see y'all then.